Tonight at the LaFontaine Blue here at Glen Burnie, here with my lovely date.
Hi.
We're going to the NAACP annual banquet. Reverend Jeremiah Wright is speaking. I'm going to try to sneak some footage. Hopefully it won't take the camera that we just got away from me. So I'll be right back. You can see I like my new toy too.
100th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln, February 12th, 1909.
Thank you very much.
And the organization was established in large part to respond to the plague of lynchings that were occurring throughout our country.
From the Unitarian Church.
He's ours, Christine. He's ours. Yes, it is. Yes.
Of the bishops, of Periannium, of Captain, Corporal, TC, and others. We gather tonight to remember the way over which we have come, to remember the founding and the founders of the NAACP, to remember the foundation upon which we stand, and to remember the persons who made it possible for us to see and who made it possible for us to be at the place for which our parents sighed. We gather tonight to recognize in the present those among us who have labored to fulfill the purposes of this organization. We gather tonight to remember the past and to honor the sacrifices of those who poured into us a hope that cannot be destroyed. But I would like to think that we also gather here tonight to resolve to stay forever on the path we pray about in Johnson's poem and in the Johnson anthem adopted by the NAACP in 1919. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast led us thus far on the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. We resolve to stay on the path. We resolve to work for the change we must have for our children and for our grandchildren. I got a letter last week. I hold it in my hands. It is a letter from the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund. And the NAACP letter reminds me that our resolve is needed. The NAACP letter says the same thing you've heard recipients of awards say tonight about more work needing to be done. The NAACP letter says inequality continues at America's voting polls. It doesn't say Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, or Haiti, but right here in our country. And tonight we resolve to put an end to inequality. The NAACP letter says segregation is back. 55 years after Brown versus Board of Education ended legal segregation, attempts to achieve true integration are under attack, and tonight we resolve to defeat those attacks. The NAACP letter says what Bishop said about being in prison as the warden. Our justice system is unjust. African Americans and other minorities are being arrested, convicted, and incarcerated at vastly disproportionate rates. And tonight we resolve to deconstruct an unjust justice system.
Amen.
The NAACP letter says the workplace is far from color blind. Now please don't call me controversial. Call me the quoting pastor. I'm just quoting from the NAACP letter of November 2009, which says, quote, "From Abercrombie and Fitch to the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation, Americans are being denied the chance to advance because they are not white." That's a direct quote from the NAACP. An African-descended president in the White House has not changed the reality of African-descended residents in the workplace. What happened in the White House ain't happening in the workplace. And tonight we resolve to keep the American dream alive. We resolve to keep alive the vision of the founders of the NAACP. We resolve that we are headed in the same direction, and we are working to build the change we need to reach the same goal. We come similar to the founders of this organization. We come from different pasts. We are different. We are Democrats, Perry, and Republicans. We are black and we are white. We are Hispanic and we are Asian. We are Protestant and we are Catholic. We're different. We are Jews and we are Muslims. We are Sikhs and we are Hindi. We are Israeli and we are Palestinians. We are Igbo and Hausa. We are Kosha and Soto. We are colored and Afrikaners. We are Bantu and Bakongo. We are gay and we are straight. We are rich. We are poor. We resolve to affirm that different does not mean deficient. We resolve to learn how to live together with our different pasts. As we walk into the same future, we resolve to learn how to disagree without getting a divorce. Tony Campolo, who I got in trouble quoting, helped me with this one. Tony said, in front of 19,500 white Southern Baptists, and he's white, Tony Campolo used the SHIT word in front of 19,500 white Baptists, and then said, the real tragedy is that more people in this room are going to get more upset over that one word and all those facts I just gave you.
Well,
I got in trouble quoting him, and I said to Tony, you got me. In fact, I quoted that sermon. I quoted it at Howard University. And 3 weeks, now when I did it at Howard, all the brothers and sisters on the people. 3 weeks later, Joyce, 3 weeks later after I quoted it, Howard plays the sermons over WHUR. 3 weeks after I quoted Tony Campolo in my sermon, the phone rang. I said, hello. My mother said, did you say shit in the sermon? I said, Mom, you know good and well who this is. Tell me, did you say that? I said, I was quoting. Did they tell you I was quoting? I don't care who you were quoting. Did you say that? Providence arranged it. I saw Tony the following week. I said,